Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you may be. Renee, hello, my darling. I'm sorry I didn't get into yours today. I actually, for the first time in ages, had a good sleep. And I woke up, for me, 6 o'clock this morning, which is only an hour ago. And that's kind of unheard of here. So I was like, woo! But yeah, I'm kind of still trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life. How are you? How has your week been? We also don't have an Angie today because she's back. She's back in the house, but she's been suffering from migraines since she's been back. So I told her to not feel the need to come here, that we're all big. We've all got our big girl panties on and we can manage. And she needs to look after her first. So terrible. Oh, you had a sinus. See, you and hey, Verica, how are you, my darling? You and Angie must be in the same kind of boat of just migraines. Like, oh, not good. Me, I had an anxiety week, man. I'll tell you about my anxiety, like hyper focus in a moment. Hey, Mona, Mona. But yeah, so it looks like we're all having one of those weeks of just like, woohoo. Hey. All right, so what I'm going to be working in today is this. Now, I need to do a flip through on my channel because I haven't done it yet. Because this book is, hey, Dawn, how's it going? This book is just glorious. And I'm just sitting here while I'm doing this. This is what the beauty, I'm just fidgeting with my kneaded eraser. I'm like, really? So what I was going to say, I'm going to flip through of this. I have posted the link up top for the normal Amazon linky poos. Because I don't have Angie here to do it for me. So I'm like, oh, I must remember to put a link to this thing. And just, so it's just full of brightness. And as soon as I see this, I just go, it has to be pastels. So I'm like, we're going to use some soft pastels today. So I'm going to make a mess. And I get to feel like Michael Jackson. I always feel like Michael Jackson when I put the glove on. I'm like, whew. It's like, whew, whew. Hey, Bonnie, how's it going? Sorry, couldn't help myself. 10 in the evening. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. here on a Sunday. It's a Sunday morning. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, alrighty. So that's what we're going to work with. So what I am going to be using are some Muño soft pastels. Now, Muño, I don't know if you get it in other places in the world, is we have these, they're Korean. There you go. But we've got them in one of our, cheaper art shops. So they're easy to get. They're just student grade soft pastels. They're not artist grade. I wasn't going to use my artist grades today. That being said, the only pastel pencils that I have are artist grade. So we're going to be using the Carbothellos and the Faber-Castell kits. My two colored pastel pencils. And we may go in with colored pencil at the end. We will wait and see. Not too sure. As to what I'm doing, no idea. But today will very much be a representation of the ugly stage. Okay, we're going to go through the teenage ugly stage today. If anyone's ever worked with pastels, you will know that the ugly stage is real until about the last 5% of it. So, oh, hi, Bob. Bob. Hi, Bob. Yeah, so it will be ugly stage all the way along. So have fun with that. So I'm going to come in with black. Let's just get started, hey? Let's get the party started. Oh, you've been painting. Oh, that is awesome. What are you painting? Why am I starting up there? Don't start up there, Tammy. You're left-handed. I'm going to start. I don't have Angie to scream at me that I'm off the page. So if I go off the page, you need to yell at me, okay? How much Pepsi? There's never enough. How much Pepsi have I had this morning? Not much. It's empty now. I'm always a little crazy. A little crazy. That's all right. I like it. I like being crazy. All right. Makes it fun for everyone. Oh, but what a week. I have had a crazy week in that sense. I had it's just been intense. So he's ready for story time. Story time, fun time. Valentine's Day, hey? We all know how much of a romantic I am, not. And obviously, I've only just started talking, kind of seeing what's happening with Falcon. And I'm sitting there. It's February watercolor month. Oh, I didn't realize. Well, I'm doing soft pastel month. Hey, Ronnie. So, obviously, one, I don't do that whole romantic stuff very well anyway. And two, I don't think we're there yet. So I'm in my class of my year 8s, and I will give prior warning. This is an adult channel, and it's not intended for people under the age of 18. Because I rarely don't swear, but I'm going to for this one because it's part of the story. And so I'm sitting there, and it's Valentine's Day, and it was so cute. Like my grade 8 kids, because some of the grade 8 girls had come in and gotten down on one knee and gave me some picked flowers from the gardens outside and said, "Will you be my Valentine?" So I gave them smelly stickers in return. And that was cute, right? That was like, ooh, that's the kind of Valentine I like. And so I'm sitting there in my class, teaching my class. I was just entertaining my class. And I get a phone call. It's towards the end of the day, and I get a phone call from the office, and I'm like, who you want? Because I figured it was students signing out early or something. And then, so I'm like, yeah, who you want? And they're like, you. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, what's up? And they're like, we've got a delivery down here at the front for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And they went, yeah, we got some flowers. And so my response was, so I'm sitting there, right? Mind you, that we are in my classroom with my, younger students. And they say that, and that's just not something that happens to me. So my response was bullshit, right? So I yelled that out over the phone. My grade 8s looked at me. I looked at them, and then I'm like, oh, poo. I said, I've just sworn in front of my whole class. And they're like, we know, we heard. And I'm like, oopsies. So I sent one of the students down to get it. But yes, so I got sent flowers. But not any kind of flowers, because I don't actually like being sent flowers, because flowers die. So I'm not a big, fan of cut flowers. And at some point, I must have said something along those lines. And I didn't get cut flowers. I got a pot full of cut Australian natives. Now, if anyone knows Australian natives, they will last 6 months before they die. But basically, they just turn into a dried bouquet. They don't ever really go horrible. So I've got a pot of flowers. I'll show you a picture. So that was and I'm like, whoa, I didn't think we were there yet. So, me, I'm in full on freak out mode. Thankfully, I had a psychologist appointment that afternoon because I was just like, whoa, what am I doing? So there we go. There's my flowers. But yeah, I'm like, breathe. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. So then my brain went into full on anxiety mode. So come Thursday, I was like, I can't do stuff until I get my brain organized. So I took the day off from work on Thursday and cleaned my deck. So basically, yeah, they are. They're very nice. So they'll last a long time. So basically, I woke up Thursday morning, and by the time it was 7 a.m., because we've got a no power tools before 7 a.m. rule here in Australia. So, so by the time it was 7 a.m., I'd taken everything off my back deck. Now, I will say deck, all right, deck, because if you ever want to see the funniest thing, Google New Zealand decking ad, okay? Oh, my gosh. And you'll understand why I'm doing this. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've decided to clean my deck. And so I've taken all the stuff off my deck and it's all ready. And the gurney's sitting there, high pressure hose, okay, high pressure cleaning system, whatever it's called for the rest of you guys. We just call it a gurney. And we're sitting there waiting for 7 so I could start gurneying. Oh, I just broke my stick. Good day. And so yeah, so I was so I started gurneying the deck, and then I was like, dropped Georgia off at school, and I went, you know what, if I'm going to clean the deck, I may as well oil and polish the deck as well. So I went and got some decking oil and did all of that at the same time. So yeah, so that was my day on Thursday. So I cleaned all the cobwebs off my deck and you got it all nice and shiny. And yep. And now I'm in like, the whole freak out mode because I'm trying to decide, like, I'm telling you now, like Falcon is a nice guy. Like he's a good guy. But we know me and good guys. I'm like, yeah, the good guys just... So I've got to grow up and realize that a good guy's better than... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I always seem to, not want the good guys. Yeah. And you are all like sitting there listening to my deck story by the sounds of it. It's like, but there you go. There's my story. And then last night went and saw Ant-Man. So I took the girls and we went and saw Ant-Man. And I'm like, it was the first time I've ever seen Paul look old. He's finally starting to age. Now, it was an extreme close-up towards the end of the movie. But there was a moment where I went, oh, my God, he is actually, you can tell he's old. And I was like, wowza. Right. Oh, so I have photocopied this onto pastel paper. See, I'm not very good at this stuff. It is. It's an Australian brand, but it's on that. That's what it's on. Okay, it's just different coloured pastel paper card thing, and I'm on the smooth side. Working with pastels, it is so messy, and this is the underlayer. Like I said, it's going to be ugly teenage stage until nearly the very end. But so quick. That's the beauty of pastels. So quick. And I'm using student grade pastels, which are always messier than artist grade. Mind you, artist grade aren't much better. But But the artist grade ones I've got, I never got like the full set of all the brights and stuff. So most of them is more for landscape portraiture work, so I don't have all of the bright colors in my artist grades. So I was like, that one. This one will do. I know. Oh, yeah. Oil pastels is awesome. It can be done, see? You just got to believe it. I love oils. I need to do another picture with the oils. I thought about doing this one with oils as well, because I just want the vibrancy. But I was like, but yeah, if you don't like your hands feeling like, dried old leather or whatever, don't use it. Use the heat pad. Yeah, I've got to do that. I've got the heat pad here and I still haven't used it. I need to go watch your video. I want to see how you did it. I just haven't got. I legit haven't had time. I probably did have the time on the Thursday when I was painting my dick, but I was in full like hyper focus mode. Emily walks out at one stage. She'd woken up and it was like 9 a.m. Walks out and goes, "Am I going to come home from work this afternoon and you've rearranged the entire house?" And I'm like, can't guarantee that that's not a possibility. So there is a good chance. That's the Try It Tuesday. Cool. I will go back and have a look. That can be my today job. I look forward to seeing it. Yeah, because Angie got us the reptile mat to do it on. I just haven't done it. And then I got this book, and then all I could think about was these colors, because I don't normally do bright. So I'm like, ooh, this is going to be fun. Clearly just putting in underlayers at the moment. Nothing exciting. So what's the goss? What do you guys got to tell me? I'm telling you all about my woes. Oh, while you're figuring out. Oh, oh, don't feel bad. Yeah, I always just assume it's auto correction too, because some of the things that it comes out with, you just sit there and go, yeah. And then somehow it's gotten out at school. What's going on? Because I've had, yeah. And I'm like, again in freak out mode, because, I try to keep my work life and private life separate for a reason. But even the kids know. So I've got students coming up. And I'm like, oh, maybe there is one freak student or something that watches these videos. Who knows? I don't know. Could be anything. But then things are being said that I don't even talk about on here. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, great. It's just what I want. And the fact that I got flowers sent to my workplace is not going to help the situation any. That would have been everyone trying to figure out what's going on, because I am notoriously single, as we know. So they would have been like, what is happening? So, fun? Not. Oh, listen, we all kind of roll into one. I don't think we feel bad about any of that kind of stuff. We get it. So I'm sitting there last night and we were watching Ant-Man, and there was a code that they needed to know, a PIN code for something, all right, which was 18147. And I turn around and go, great. Now I'm going to forever remember this random numerical code that has no meaning, but I can't remember someone's name to save myself. Okay. Has anyone gone and seen Ant-Man yet? It's actually really good. I enjoyed it. It was not Thor bad, which is good, because the last Thor movie nearly did me in for Marvel. It was so bad. But, do you want to know what I got called last night? Because I got a good night message while I was at the movies. And it was in Japanese. And it was Oyasumi Tentomushi, which is good night, ladybug. And I'm like, oh, stop being nice. Just stop it. Yeah. So there's my week in a nutshell. The trials and tribulations of Tammy. These are the days of our lives. Oh, and he also cooked in my kitchen on Friday night. Now, if anyone that knows me knows how I feel about my kitchen and people in it, that was a big step. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow. Trying to recognize that at this point in time in my life, companionship is more important than anything else. Are we excited yet by the black and white? I know it's so stimulating. I'm sure you're like, this is amazing. You're like, whoa. The skills I have. All right. Let's come in with some other colors. I need to get a wet wipe between my hands. I can't stand the feel of pastels on my fingers. Oh, making soup. Yum. I'm glad I keep someone entertained with my antics. Oh, listen, I entertain myself sometimes wondering what is wrong with me. It's like issues. All right, coming in with some kind of orange red. But yes, so now I'm like, yay, people know about stuff that I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm like, yeah, full on freak out mode. Because, you know, if it doesn't work out now, everyone at work will know, and I didn't want that. And, yeah. It will be what it will be. Oh, cribs and baked potato. Oh, please. Yum. Yum. My dinner last night was a corn jack and popcorn. It was real good. And then this morning I've had Maltesers and Pepsi Max for breakfast. Because, you know, that's what you do. But it tastes good. I'm so glad that he's got the coloured image to the side, because I'm going to need it. Evelyn's not here seeing me blow everything. It's pastels. You have to. You can't, it's the best way to move them on without getting it all over your work. I mean, it's going to go all over your work anyway, but... Yeah, I can't guarantee it, Renee. But thanks. No worries. I don't. I'll try. I mean, I've talked about my deck for you know. Has anyone actually seen that decking ad? Like, I just need to find the link for it, because it is honestly, you've got to do yourself a favor and watch it. Let's see if I can find the link. YouTube. Yeah. Decking. Yeah, there it is. Share. Copy. All right. Look at me go. But yeah, don't take it now, because then I'll lose you for like ever. But you'll understand once well, it's only 6 minutes long, but you'll understand. Just copy and paste it, put it in a browser for later. Freaking hilarious. So it's why you will never say Dick the same again, especially when you've got a horrible mind, like me, because I'm such a good girl. So now that, yeah, you guys got to tell me your stories now. Like I said, Andy's back, which is good, with a whole lot of stuff. And then she's off again on later in the week, going down to the Gold Coast, because she's getting herself her first tattoo. Oh, yeah. It should be exciting for her. So she's off down to there. And because she's got her driver's license, she's changed her driver's license over to a Queensland driver's license, and she's like can do all of the stuff herself, which is fantastic. It's so awesome to be able to have that freedom. Yeah. I'm really pleased for her. Right. But I tell you what, it's been hot again. Can summer just go away now? I'd be done with summer, and I want cold weather. Like, don't want this anymore. Georgia mowed yesterday because she wanted the new Hogwarts Legacy game. Download that. So I'm like, well, you want me to pay for that? You need to. So she's like, can I mow? And I'm like, you can go mow all you want, lovely. So she mowed yesterday, and so that's all done. Yeah. Freezing, so yeah, no. We just had hot and more hot, but it's coming towards an end, which is good. And touch wood, we haven't had a real bad rain yet, so. Hello, what are you doing up so early? Sorry? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. You guys are talking about, like, you guys have had wicked snowstorms and cold snaps and stuff. It's like, wow. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like cleaning up my mess a little bit, a tad. Right, let's come in with some purple. Start working with that. That one. A little bit of purple. Not too much by the looks of it in the bits we're doing at the moment. Been cooler, but it is getting warmer. Nice. Yeah, I'm like, I just want want to be able to just rug up and wear nice clothes without feeling like, melting. There's always got to be one of us that's complaining. And that's the thing. It's like we complain about it when it's too cold, and then we complain about it when it's too hot. We're just never happy. Right. I'll get it purple. Snowing again next week. Wow. Well, I suppose it's still, we're only just getting into, well, you guys are just about to go into autumn and, no, spring, sorry. I'm just about to go into autumn. But we're still got a few weeks left. But yeah, I don't mind the hot days. I just like cooler nights. I haven't had, oh, yeah, that too. I haven't had a smoke for a whole week. So that didn't help with the anxiety thing. Hence another reason why I was cleaning my deck. Had that ridiculous kind of whatever I was doing. All right. Let's go for some magenta. See where we've got some magenta coming through. Over here. Like, slowly get there. Slowly. Hey, Christina, how are you? I'm making a mess. So just so you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm making a mess. And trust me, it looks way worse in real life than it does on screen. Making a mess. All right, let's come in with turquoise. No, need deeper. Yeah, that way. You're very yeah, what, just letting it make a mess. See, having done so many pastel drawings and stuff, I'm aware of I can accept that it's ugly for the majority of this time. And try to embrace it and know that there is a process, and hopefully I won't completely stuff it. That's what we all hope for, I guess. That's the beauty of pastels. If I don't like it, I just drop it out. It's not permanent until I fix it, which I'll do soonish. Otherwise, I'm going to keep moving this over the page. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Prince Chester will probably come along at some point and just slop on down on this. Be like, yeah. It's got this thing. Something must be in the blinds in the craft room beside, like in the window beside where my desk is here, and just keeps climbing up and knocking things down off my shelves, and I'm like losing it. And he was up there again last night, and he literally went flying across my lounge room, and I'm like, stop coming into my stuff. He's just like looking at me like, whoa, mean much. Green. And I'm like, yes, I am mean. Because you keep knocking over my things. Oh, and then I've had the brainwave idea that I'm going to rearrange my whole lounge room, art room, dining room area. Because I'm like, I sit there and I think, why do I have my lounge room and my TV and all overlooking the river, like at the main doors, when I spend more time sitting at my desk and like it's taking up the biggest space, and no one ever watches TV here. Like it's only when I have visitors does anyone ever even sit in the lounge room. And I'm like, so I'm thinking of just rearranging it all and changing it all around, which means like taking everything off shelves. It's the only reason it's kind of put me off, because it's like just the work. It's going to be painful. Listen, I'd rather them flop down now than later when I start doing the detail work, because then it's just going to be like, no. At this point in time, it just looks like I've come in with kids' crayons. Right. I can see me sneezing and running home. Now, the good thing is that it just blows away. Although, yes, if you get too wet, that's the only thing that will send it to the to that stage. All right, I'm going to come in with royal blue now, and I'm like, doo-doo. Bit down here. Just spread it out. Here. Now all I've got, because I'm royal. Okay. Come on in. Alex, thanks. I don't know how you think it's looking fantastic. It looks like very ugly teenage stage at the moment. But thank you. I appreciate it. Um, all right. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to fix. Okay. So I'm using a workable fixative. So it's for pastels and stuff like that. I think this is, I don't know, an Aussie version, but any workable fixative. I'm just going to give it a light spray. It won't take long to dry. When it comes to using fixative on pastels, I will use it up until the last layers, but I won't use it on last layers because as you can see there, it dulls down the vibrancy. And I'm like, I don't want that. But it comes together pretty quickly. So I'm going to do just this bit up here. Would you rather, okay, because you guys are watching me. Am I okay to, hey Angela, how are you? Oh, it's lovely to see you here. Am I okay to continue ugly stage, or would you rather me start on some details? I guess it's the question. You guys are watching me. I don't know if you can handle just watching ugly stage for a whole 2 hours. I'm always mindful of that. I'm like, oh, can they just watch me do this? But it's the same. I don't know if anyone has ever done pastel drawing. Like I remember when I did Evelyn, I did rigs for Evelyn. I did it in pastels, and it was. He looked like he was a demon for the first the majority of it until right at the end, and then suddenly rigs appeared. Yeah, he looked like a demon hound coming up from hell. Yeah, thank you. It's a bit oh, thanks, Alex. Oh, that's sweet. No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Oh, you missed the. I don't know if you're here at the start for the weekly sagas of the life of Tammy. Oh my gosh, it's been one of those weeks. Where you're like, what am I doing with my life? The feeling, I hate it. But I hate wearing gloves even more. So, hey, Sanette, how are you? What's been happening? How is your great lands. See, I've finally got someone coming in here going, understanding heat. Everyone's talking about snowstorms, and I'm like, dying. Oh, I've got to take, however, but I'm an old lady. I'm getting old, right? I turn 45 in a couple of weeks, so I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. But this girl still got it. So we do a thing, colleague of mine, we've decided to do fancy Fridays at work. So on Fridays for our self-care, we're fancying it up. So we're going to work like dressed really well, instead of my typical jeans and a t-shirt kind of response, right? So, and like, full makeup and hair done and jewelry and all of that kind of stuff, just for self-care. And so I was in Fancy Friday on Friday, and I walked in, and when Falcon saw me for the first time, literally the face, man, I was just like, yeah, this girl still got it. I was like, yeah, man, this chickie still all right. This chickie still look okay. Like, yeah. So I was in heels, so I was like 6'3". It's coming on in. Then a little bit of orangey. No, it was just to go. Yeah, it was just to go to work. But that's the whole purpose of it. Is we tend to just go, oh yeah, just going to work. Like it makes no difference whether I teach in jeans or if I teach in fancy clothes. But it's that self-care of when you get dressed up, sometimes you just feel, it makes you feel better, like you feel more like together and all of that kind of stuff. So that's why we've been doing it, just for fun, and we're hoping that it'll catch on and other staff members will start doing, because we get lots of compliments about like what we're looking good, and we go, yeah, fancy Fridays, so join in, be fancy. So a bit of spreading well-being across the workplace and stuff. That's our plan, because that's the kind of well-being we like to promote, is that have a bit of fun with it, and there's an added bonus that you might end up, you just feel better about yourself for the day. I mean, if you turn a few heads, that's even better. Hey, it's kind of the way I look at it. Remind yourself you've still got it, and that's a nice thing for your mental health too. Especially as we get older, we kind of sit there and think, oh, we're old. Have we still got that thing of like, we still got it? So if we start to feel better about what we actually projecting ourselves, it makes a difference. I'm in my prime. That's it. Hey Heather, how's it going? Yeah. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like where I'm at, age-wise. Although I did dye my hair this week, so I spent the last couple of years growing. I've just been natural, because I wanted to give my hair a break from 30 years of hair dye. So I have been natural. And then I was just like this week, again, I think anxiety, all of that. And I went, you know what? No. So I've dyed it. So I've gone chocolate. So my hair is a chocolate brown. All right. Let's come in with some blues or greens, turquoise, that color. You know, that color. All right. A little bit of blue. Um, purple. Purple. So you be back tonight, or are you staying out there tonight? Are you here for dinner or no? Yeah. Alrighty. A little bit of green. Whereas, so yeah, Angie's got a migraine, so I told her that she doesn't have to, because she sits there and she's like, oh, you know, tries to push through things, and I'm like, I think I'm quite capable of looking after myself. We're all grown adults. We're all good. I've even managed to put my own links into the channel. Look at me go into the chat. And I said, if you wake up and you're not up to it, please don't force yourself, because I know what it's like with a migraine. And so I'm just like, thankfully, I got a message off her this morning going, yeah, I'm not doing it. And I'm like, good. So she's actually here, but now she's asleep. Errands are errands and groceries are groceries. What have I done? Yeah, I know. I agree. Like sometimes, and like, because I've been natural for so long, and like, don't get me wrong, I've loved my natural, and I've loved the grey highlights and stuff that are coming through. And I'm going to be one of those lucky people that is going to go that really nice white grey. But I'm like, you know what? I just felt like something. So I was like, that will be what will be. So this is the beauty of pastel. Look how easy it just all disappears. As long as you haven't fixed it, you can make it all go away. I'm just gonna go off and spray. Yeah, me too. I hope she feels better as well. But yeah, she's been really struggling since she's gotten back. I think it was a bit stressful for her down there, and then getting back, like she just wanted to get back, and then she's gotten back, and now her brain's just gone, yeah, we're done. Right. Erranded and grocery-did. I like it. Ah, yes, yes. See, and it's so funny. I don't know if I said hello, Yana, by the way. I I oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, shoes. My favorite high heels are literally like ones I got on clearance at Kmart for like $5, and I'm going to be so sad when they, finally die. And yet I've got high heels that were really expensive, and I don't like wearing them because I've got. Well, I'm tall, and two, I've got very broad feet. So finding high heels that don't feel like they're like shoving my toesies into, a torture device. Because I grew up not wearing shoes, out in the bush, just never wore shoes. So my feet are very flat and broad. All right. So I got that. I'm just cleaning up my hands and the razor and stuff while I'm sitting here just waiting for that to set a little bit before I go back in and get dirty again. Let's get dirty. Getting dirty. All right. Pastels. Dirty.
Messy.
Messy. You look nice. We're just talking about Fancy Fridays and how good Fancy Fridays feels.
Actually, being a teacher would be my excuse to dress fancy.
You'd be surprised. You kind of get bored of it. But yeah. But no, it was nice. No Fancy Fridays. Hey, Shannon. What is happening here? Mess is what is happening here. We are just making
Pastels is like giving a child a crayon.
And that's what I said. Like, as you know, working in pastels up until the point of the last little details, it literally looks like child crayon drawing.
Right.
It's like, okay. Yeah, well, the chalk pastels are actually they're non-toxic, so you can. I don't advise that it tastes the greatest. But you can eat it.
Breakfast.
Hey. It works. Be a bit dry in your mouth, but I think. You're like, ugh. All right. I heard high heels and I think my ankle broke. Now I want to show you my heels because they're the bombest heels. Hold on. My $5 Kmart heels.
Mine broke.
Hey?
Mine broke.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, no, different ones. The ones with the big heel.
Oh, yeah. I love them too. But look at them. They are the bombest shoes. And they're great for, fat feet and broad feet. But look at the heel on them. I always feel like extra fancy when I wear them. It's like, yeah. I'm like, see, I can be fancy. I'm like, not always, Dag. Says me who's sitting here now in a singlet and jeans, typical dress. All right, so we'll get the last bit of this thing. I'm going to leave this part I'm going to leave free till right at the end because that's where obviously the focal center is in her face. But we'll finish off doing most of the background stuff here, and then we'll come in and do a start on the detailing at least. Start doing something. Yeah, they do make me, as I said, I'm like 6'3" or something in it. It's like, which is kind of good because there was a teenage boys, like little teenage boys that think they're all like big and tough, you know. They were having a moment at school, and there was all of this thing like, and I ended up having to go out and do playground duty for a colleague because she needed to go. So I went out, and it was like cut the knife with the tension, and you're like, oh, what? Do I have to work? And, you know, a lot of other female staff that are out on duty at that point in time, they're not as confident with, you know, that kind of situation as I am, which is fine because I've got the training, obviously, to deal with that. And I ended up coming up and sorting out what was going on, figuring out who's being an idiot and who's not. And then one comes over, and like I'd walked away for a bit, and then one comes over to start, and they're like coming over acting all tough and about to start the whole little thing. So I just step in between them, and having the heels on is even better. Step in between it, look down at the little one, and went, "Go now, little one." With, you know, very thing, "Go now, little one," like that. It just looks up at me, goes, turns around, and just walks off. And I was like, "Yep, that's how I like it." Just walked on off, and I'm like, don't come back while I'm on duty, mate, because it ain't gonna happen. You will not be in the position that it will be allowed. But I love seeing that, because I sit there and I'm like, you know, obviously don't have to act like that very often anymore, but it's nice to know you've still got that intimidation factor when you want to have it. And yet I'm like the most laid back, placid person. It's just, I look like you don't want to mess with me, which is the way it should be. And it's like the whole thing of where everyone's been, you know, asking questions and talking about it, about what's going on with me and so forth, and a few other things. Where no one comes and asks me these questions. And I'm like, yeah, there's a reason for that. Because I will tell them exactly how inappropriate them invading my personal life is actually. And if they continue with it, I'll have them for it. And so, yeah, that's what I said. I said, it's not interesting that no one comes and hounds me over these things and tries to find out stuff from me. They just do it behind my back instead. Well, yeah, but these are actually like, you'd be surprised how much support those ones have, which is why I can wear them. Like normal high heels, like stilettos and stuff, not a chance. I break my ankle in about 2 seconds. You've got to have a chunky heel for me to even consider it. Because between, you know, the fact that I'm old and my dodgy knees, I've got no chance of being able to function in it like heels normally. But most of the time my heels are boots, so I will wear like heeled boots all day long, because I have that support there, like that ankle support and so forth. Like I feel more, and they've got that feeling of boots, so I kind of feel a little bit more secure in them. But yeah, give me some good heeled boots, which is why I love when winter comes, because I just like live in my heeled boots. And I've learned a long time ago that I don't really care that it makes me like 6'2". I kind of like go, well, even better. Yeah, I do need to go through my shoes, because I've got so many shoes there, and I wear like, you know, 5 pairs of shoes compared to the 105 that I own. I just need to let them go. There's some in there that I've like worn like maybe once or twice. Just let them go. But then you go, wait, what if I one day need a pair of like red, maroon, stiletto leopard skin. Like, that ain't ever gonna happen. Never gonna happen. I need to let it go, let it go, let it go. The heels really do bother me anymore. Um, mm, mm, yeah. Right. A little bit of blue while we've got that out.
Oh, no, you're way down the front.
Alright, bye.
Hi.
I'm
Have
gonna
fun
do
with
my pastels,
your
with my
crayons.
mess.
crayons.
I having fun. Look how good my drawing is, Mom. Look at how good it is. Mom, look at it. A little bit of purple. It is. But the boyfriend still exists. It's like, just got to accept that that's going to be, I think, there for a while. Damn it. All right. You're all purple. Meow, 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 meow. Looks like the brain. It's the brains. Brains. All right. Oh. Morning. Let's be going. A little bit of green. Who's still with me? These are all gone quiet. Don't leave me with the pastels. They're scary. They make a mess. All right, let's smudge these ones out before I go on to anything else. I think I'm becoming more and more childlike. So I'm like, can we just get the ugly stage done? Yeah. What are we doing? We might have once I finish this little bit, we might do a little bit of Aussie lingo. Although I think we've done a bit more Kiwi lingo today with our deck. So have you guys seen this book? This one? Because like I said, I will do a flip through, but it's so cool. I think Lucy did a flip through, and I was like, oh my lord, that book just looks so cool. I was like, I need to own it, along with the 500 other books that I've got. All right. Orange. Yeah, that was 5 days. And instead of Christmas. I know, but I still love my Christmas the best. That's the funny thing. I've done all of this others, and yet I'm still like, give me my Christmas. There we go, got a bit of that. Now kind of come in with the magenta. Oh, I know, you're still working to finish, yeah. Yeah, it's still here. Good. Back into green. There's a bit of green. right. I'm thinking the ugly stage is nearly done. Go figure. Just gotta put these all into. Just smudge these in a little bit. And then I might do a little bit of detail work before I go. But yeah, next week will be more about the detail work. And what is time? Oh, look, I still got a bit of time, so that's good. I'm not cutting it short today, so. You're still my favorites. I know it's a bit like that, isn't it? It's like, I know you're like, I love all my pencils, and I love them all for all different reasons. Like my Lightfast and my Loomies, I absolutely adore. And my Polys have a place and all of that. And my LD cheap ones and my Winsor & Newtons, I love them. My Christmas is still my favorite. They're still the best. It's like, you feel like a parent. I don't have favorites. Secretly, you just like one a little bit more than the other. Oh, okay. I just had a thought thinking about parenting. I can either do I can do some more slang, or I can read you. George has written another couple of poems, so I can read you one of her poems if you would rather hear a George poem instead of slang. That's up to you. I'm not offended either way. But why smudge them? Because it puts it into the grain. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it into the grain of the paper because it doesn't look like it, but this paper is actually quite rough. So what I'm doing is I'm smudging it into that grain. So now when I put the fixative on there, it's kind of like a base layer. And it means when I go over it, that underlayer is already there. And I can now add more on top, but the undertone is there. So when you do like pastel drawings and things, a lot of the times, like your base layers are just the kind of undertone colors that you want to come through. That's why I'm just trying to push it into the tooth, so I can have some tooth back to add extra colors on top. I hope that answers the question. I hope that makes sense. All right. All right, so are we going to poem it or slang it? Oh, I've got pastel everywhere. So going to need to do a good clean. It's like, I can't handle it. It's like, blah. Don't like it, Mom. Like it clean. Like measure. Sorry, I'm just moving things around. Poem. All right, I might do colours because we're actually doing bright colours. So I might do your hair poem about colours. All right. It's called Nature's Colours. Okay. Everyone that knows me knows that my favourite colour is pink. Not the pink that threatens to blind you, but the pink that is almost white. It's calm, but joyful. Though as I look at nature, everything changes. Nature is beautiful, but it's not calming. It can be one of the most dangerous things in the universe. So you must change perspective. Look at it in a different light. As I look at nature, as I take in its scent, its colours, pink is no longer enough. Red is the colour of blood and death. It won't do. Orange is powerful, but it stands out among the rest. Too easy to spot. Yellow is joy and happiness, but it's bright. Green is all around. Most don't even give it a second thought. It's too common. Blue. Oh, blue. It's perfect. It's rare. Not often seen on a regular walk. You have to go looking for it. But when you do, it's impossible to miss. It's rare enough that it still remains a mystery, but it's not such a mystery that it remains forgotten. I'm not talking about the blue that is the sky, but the blue of night, the blue of royalty, so rich your mouth waters, just a bit. You wish to take it with you for the rest of your journey, but its beauty is too fragile for that. Not fragile like paper, but fragile like glass. Its beauty belongs in the wild meadows, not in a bouquet disguised among the rest. So as I look into nature, my favorite color is blue. But remember, not like the sky, like royalty. There you go. So there you go. So that was her one about the colors of nature. I'm like, pretty cool. Alrighty, let's start thinking about a little bit of detail. A little bit of detail. So I've got my swatches here. For my two.
Here's what I found.
Oh, Siri, I don't care. And now I'm looking for the right color that I want. And I think it's the pit. It's got the pits. I'm going to go for that color. So this is 192. All right. I might zoom in a little bit now that I'm going to start doing some detail work. It's going to be slower. Let's bring that back up. No, not that one. That one. Okay. All right. Now I need this and move it down, down, and across. All right. So hopefully we're in a bit of screen. You know what, blue? I know. And that's it, because we've got the blue butterflies and our blue banded bees and our blue, like our blue ladybugs, that blue. But yeah, I love some of the thoughts that, clearly goes through her mind at some points. It's very cool. Right, so got that. I need a bit of like, color do I want? So this is yep. That's it, 118. Looks good. We'll go with that one. See what happens here. All right. Yeah, she's got a little bit of a knack for the poetry. I was never a poet. It's not ever something I did, but she's got a bit of a knack for those words, which is kind of cool. I certainly liked hearing it. I like then trying to think about where her thought was at the time that she was writing it and stuff. All right. You still in frame? Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. It makes me sick how talented she is. Like, seriously, can you just, not be? No, I say that. No, it's awesome. I'm only mucking around, by the way, people. I'm only mucking around. All right, we're going to go in with 177. So yeah, so hopefully now you'll start to see it coming together. All you hear is me blowing into the microphone. It's like AMSR. Oh, man. What are we getting our panties in a wad for? What are getting our panties for? Who's what and where? What? I like getting my panties in a wad. Might means I might be up to stuff. No, sorry. Oh my gosh, my brain. But no, this is coming along. All right. Like we're getting there. Slowly starting to get some details. Bob will be happy because, I'm no longer just smudging stuff randomly. Although I'm going to come in and do a little bit of smudging, and he's going to laugh even more in a second. Because I couldn't find my finger condoms, so I'm going to use these ones, and I'm just going to do just a bit of pushing. So these are, by the way, like the plastic thimbles that you get for sewing. I've just turned them inside out, so it's smooth on the outside. My boxes are in a... Well, as long as you're enjoying it. That's all I have to say. As long as it makes you happy, then you do you. All right. Okay. I'm going to come in with 109. Can you guys see this well enough, or do I need to zoom in a little bit more? I haven't got Angie yelling at me, so I don't really know. And hopefully. So you're fine? All right, cool. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I'm going to go to the Carbothellos now simply because their yellow is better. All right, so this is a Carbothello 205. Actually, I need to push it in before I come in with that one. Okay. Yeah, but we love him for his strangers, Shannon. That's the thing. Being normal is boring. Well, that's what I got to keep telling myself anyway, because I'm so far from normal. So I've got to, make myself feel better about me and go, yeah, normal is boring. All right. Okay, now I'm going to come in with pencil. Don't freak out, people. I'm going to come in with a black Prismacolor. It's just for the fine details. Good night, Sinette. Look after yourself. I think the biggest person someone could insult me is call me normal. I'd be like, let's not do that. Yeah, totally would rather be called weird or kooky and stuff. Absolutely. So hopefully now we can start to see that we're getting some build up of some details starting to occur. Which is kind of what we're looking for. Basically, I just need to put some lines in so I know what I'm doing. I'll have to come back and do it again because I need to add more color. But it's about some direction for me as to where I'm going. All right, need to come in with some magenta. I'm going to go for this one. So Carbothello 335. Oh, my phone's buzzing. I don't even know where it is. Done. Right. Yeah, the constant eye rolls are important. It shows love. That's the way I look at it. That's a term, you know, that's showing that you care. Right. So we're slowly getting there. Slowly. Right. I'm going to come in with... Oh, Casper, shut up. Sorry, just a sec. Casper's yelling at something. I'll be back. What? Nothing there. Sorry, he's barking at, you know, butterflies or whatever he chooses to bark at in his world. Gonna go for 405. Right, then go for 440. Bring it a little bit down here. A little bit there. All right. We're going to come in with 545. My dog is talking to your dog. Oh, I hope he's telling my dog to shut up. That'd be good. Idiot. Honestly, sometimes I question his sanity, eh? But then he does live here, so what can I say? All right. Let's go with 530. And it's going to come back in with that black pencil now. All right. Now, oh, thank you, Renee. So, okay, it will eventually come to something. All right, I'm going to come in with white. Yes. Yes. Maybe that's what I should get. Cameras for the front so I don't have to get up every time he barks at like butterflies. And it's because like a lot of the time, because I am the kangaroo reserve is obviously on the tourist map. We get a lot of cars drive down our little cul-de-sac that, are strangers' cars. And on a weekend, even more so, because obviously people are out having a bit of a look around and go, oh, let's go see if we can see what all these kangaroos are. So that will be part of it. Right, I'm just going to push this in so I can come back and do some more white. So to build layers with pastels, we need to make sure that our tooth comes back. And you can do that by either like smudging it in or pushing it in. But whatever you do, it's about bringing pushing it in enough so that you can put more on top. And then because sometimes, honestly, pencil just doesn't cut it. So we can come in with soft pastel. Because pencils are good for detail, but they just don't have the same amount of pink pigment as the pastel sticks do. No, definitely not. All right, so we are nearly at that point. I just want a little bit of neon yellow. So I'm just going to come in and put a little bit of yellow in amongst this white too. I want a bit of brightness. It's not quite enough for me. All right, so we're starting to get there now, hopefully, with some colours that are popping in. And we're starting to see, hopefully, this coming up out of it in comparison to other parts. I don't know. I'm just winging it, as I always tend to do, and hope that something works. All right. So this is 545. This one is 460. Capello. Right. Oh, no, yeah, no run. Right. Georgia gave me a burn the other day. We were talking about running in sport or whatever. And she goes, the only thing you run from, Mum, is relationships. And I'm like, point taken. But very true. I was like, that was well done. I appreciate that burn. What did I do? What did I do? Ah, look, keep snapping it. I'm going to have like the tiniest bit of like white pastel to work with in a sec. All right. We begin this Lola. The detail stuff's such hard work. Did you guys know that? It's like effort. I'm sure you did know that. At least he knew he was being bad. True. Yeah, Casper always knows he's being bad too. Does it stop his behaviour? No. Does he continue to behave like a nincompoop? Yes. I'm just like, yeah, I know, and that's the thing. I'm like, oh, when I saw this book, I just went, you know what? I have to use it as an excuse to play with my pastels. I just do. Like, it says, play pastels. And I'm like, well, okay, I will. I will play with you. Because, you know, when it says do that, you've got to. Slowly. All right, it's 9 o'clock. I think I'm kind of go. I'm a bit exhausted of at it. But at least we can see where the detail work is coming. And it's slowly kind of getting there. Why did I pick the most detailed image of his book? I don't know. Could I have picked something that was not going to take 1,000 million years? Yes. But did I? No. Because we know I have problems like that. It's going to be a matter of now. Missing a pencil. I'm trying to put my pencils away, and I'm like, oh, wait up, where's one gone? I don't know. I don't know. Wait up. Oh, wait up. No, I think I worked out what happened there. Let's just go. Oh, because I put the blue back in the wrong spot. That's what happened. That'd do it. Apparently blue goes where pink goes now. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, so hold on. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And kind of see where it's starting to go. And then I sit there and think about all of this mess I've got to clean up. Like rude. Hey, look at that. Done. Yeah, I'm enjoying the fact that it's just something a little bit colorful, and I will, like I said, I will do a flip through. It'll be up on the channel one at some point this week of this book, because it is just magic. He's named it right, magical. I do agree. Like the colors are just gorgeous. And I think he's done a great job with it. I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to you, but I'm not really, because I'm putting stuff away, and my brain's like focused on putting stuff away, because I just need to get rid of all the pastel feelings from my life now, because there's pastel stuff everywhere, and it's like, ew, no. I got pastel fingers. That's okay. I'm glad you were asleep. I'd rather you be sleeping. Yeah, the white certainly brings it out. You've got, yeah, as we know, the contrasts and highlights starts to bring it to play. But yeah, I am going to leave it there. We will come back next week and I'll continue to make a mess and work through it. I might do some little bits of this off stream, but I doubt it. And we will go with that. I need to get some tissue paper. There we go, there's some. So if you are doing pastel work, just a bit of tissue paper or something like that will help keep the pastel from moving on to something else. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.